Yes, and we are back, baby. Another motherfucking show. JPTV is here to let you know how it's gonna go. Welcome all to JPTV. This is where it is, believe it or don't. And most of the time, you're gonna have to believe. Most of the time, you're gonna have to believe it. Because over here, we're not gonna just talk because of how we feel. No, we're gonna talk based on the facts. Okay, now there's some feedback coming back. I don't know where that's from. Let's check. Well, I'll find out.
Where's my headphones?
That one ain't you. Hold on, let me see. You hear me? Nah, that ain't you, man. Okay.
Which one you want?
Okay. All right. Everyone's in. Okay, how's the sound out there? Can y'all hear me good? Y'all hear like a kickback or something? Am I good? Y'all hear like a kickback?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Jake. Hey, who cooking? Who's cooking? Who's cooking? That sounds like a bomb meal right there. Okay, so let's start with it. Welcome everyone, all my people in the building. That's what's happening. Glad y'all could make it. Glad y'all could come through. I'm hearing some feedback. Check what's going on. Maybe you have a TV and a computer on at the same time, or a phone, or something else. Okay, let me check my shit. Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's me. Hold on. Okay, welcome. Hey, some of y'all know nothing. You know, if not, all y'all motherfuckers go here, attend the job, the gym. I love it. I'm glad to see y'all on here for real. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I just want to let you know what we're talking about today. Three subject matters, okay? First, we're gonna go into the royal family. Hey, who cooking? It got to be green. It sounds like y'all getting a big cut out.
That's my dad in the background. I'm sorry.
Who is that?
That's
you,
my dad
Jay?
in the back. Yeah,
okay. Hey, hold on. Okay, it's all good because I can just do this. Right there. Okay. Sound free. Okay. All right, Jay, I got you whenever you just think you in. Can't try and get you in here now. Okay. So this is how we're gonna do this here, right? We're gonna start off with royalty. Okay. I know everyone has seen it. Everyone has seen the interview. Okay. Hey, Ken, you hear something on my back? You hear some feedback?
Yeah, I hear feedback.
So what is it I gotta do?
I mean, you clear for you actually clear. That I think you're gonna get. It's just I think because we all on all these different devices.
Okay, yeah. Jay said my drink picking up the audio.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I turned my mic off so you can hear me from.
Yeah, I can hear you. You should be good because you're coming across clear.
Okay, so yeah, I'm still putting on headphones. Okay, look, this is what I need y'all to do, okay? This is what I need y'all to do. I'm a what you call it, refresh.
Okay.
It's gonna come back, okay? I need all y'all to come back. I'm gonna refresh this real quick, okay? Hello? How we sound now? All right. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna start off with royalty today, okay? We're gonna start off with the interview, and I have all of y'all seen it. First of all, if you haven't seen the interview or taken a look at it or skimmed through it, raise your hand.
Never seen it.
Y'all haven't seen it?
No.
Okay, but they haven't seen it. Then I know you seen it. You didn't dissect it. You saw pictures. What do you mean, Jay? Jay, oh, okay. You get pictures of the royal family and stuff that's going on in the interview.
All right, be clear. Let's go.
All right, what about that? I don't know why this is happening. Maybe the computer know what we about.
I know it's go time. That's what happened when it's go time, man. You know it's about to be some great information.
Now, somebody is using like a device where their speaker is picking up the audio at the same time. That's why like I got headphones on and
With
Marcus got
Let me
headphones
see
on.
if this is my headphones.
Is it Jay?
Hmm?
Jay,
Yeah,
what about now?
we're
Hey.
good.
Greens,
Yeah.
greens. It's all good. It sounds like I'm out to clear. Hey,
All right.
whenever I signal you, I'm just going to unmute you. Okay. Okay. So, woo, it sounds good now. Mr. Marcus is in the building. They got to watch out for this guy right here. He's hot on the street. Mr. Marcus is hot on the streets right now, all right? Telling the truth everywhere, just beating people down. And we're going to get into a little bit of that as well, okay? With the truth, of course, not physically, okay? With the truth, okay? So, royalty, all right? So, Jen, since everyone didn't see it, you probably need to just refresh, and you let me know what goes on or what happened because they broke the interview down. They had Harry first. How you think Harry, did he cope with the interview well? Was he afraid of telling the truth?
Well, I think one of the best places to start, especially with this audience, if the majority of you guys haven't seen it, a lot of the things that he revealed to Oprah, they were just what the media has referred to as like bombshell after bombshell. And the biggest thing that they all say exposed was that there was a conversation that took place within the royal family with Harry directly saying that they were concerned with the color of the baby that Meghan was potentially going to have, like its skin tone, because I'm not sure if all of you are aware, she comes from a biracial family. So that was really shocking for people to hear that the royal family basically is not supporting Meghan and Harry because they potentially could have a biracial baby. Like the whole thing, that was effed. Meghan was saying something that she was struggling with a lot of the mental psychosis. It sounded very familiar. I followed the Princess Diana story. I still follow it because that in itself is a whole other twisted story. But Meghan revealed that she was suicidal. And she asked for help and she was denied any type of mental health programs. Yeah, so they refer to them, and you'll see if you watch any of the coverage as the institution. So when they say the institution, they're referring to the people behind the scenes that counsel the Queen and the royal family. And they sort of portrayed a picture of the institution really runs the royal family, and they tell them they just kind of, like, I guess, run the show behind the scenes. And then another thing that they said was the tabloids and deliberately giving bad press because they just thought that's what the people in the UK wanted to see.
That's what it is.
And then it was really interesting to hear Harry say that they decided to leave because he didn't want to see history repeat itself. And he said, yes, I'm referring to my mother. Because if anyone who followed the Princess Diana story, it leads you to believe that wasn't an accident. Like I say they had her murdered because she stepped out on a platform. She didn't stay in her lane or know her role. And she started basically exposing things about the royal family. So they brought this to light when they had this interview with Oprah. And of course, it's not what the royal family wants to be portrayed, because about 70% of the UK and the territory that they manage is African American as well. So it just exposed a terrible press for them. So now the conversations are, who do you support? What do you believe?
You know, I gotta say this right here. Can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know, I watched most of it, and I was quite dumbfounded to the most part, is that we was taking up most of our time by actually entertaining ourselves with some of this this nonsense. And I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
If if they was trying to escape the royal family, why go to the United States, to Los Angeles of all places, to escape anything? I mean, you put yourself right back into the limelight.
Yeah,
if you're really going
100%.
to go to the country, get off the grid, but don't put yourself in a position so you can market yourself to a point of making money based on sympathy and pain due to so-called, I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's false, so-called allegations of not being tended to in a time of crisis. I mean, why would you levy allegations of somebody's going to have problems with the nature of the color of the baby if you're not going to actually point names and put people out there? That's like me running on a basketball court. And I got a free shot, but I stop at the free throw line and don't shoot the ball. And now I have an open shoot. And,
Well,
and
I would
think,
say, I would stop you and say he was cut off from the royal family. He had from his funds, but his funding comes from the death of his mother.
I mean, either way, I mean, then what do you have to lose? That's the main thing. What do you have to lose? And I think it was quite confusing to why would you put all this out and you stop right at the 1 yard line instead of just running on over and just give out names.
Right.
Now you leave the shadow of doubt to over the royal family, but in order to clear their name, people gonna have to come out and say it wasn't me and it wasn't me and it wasn't me. So what they did was kind of strategic, because now they got to point fingers amongst themselves, because now the public is looking at the royal family, so we'll say, well, who did it? And everybody can say, well, it wasn't me.
Right.
And I thought it was unfortunate, but you know, I'm not blaming anybody, but sometimes you don't have to air out your dirty laundry in that manner when it comes to anybody's family. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I just think they reached a point where they had enough, because if you watched it was a 3-hour interview that she did, and Ropa had to condense it down to an hour for what was aired. So also in the consideration of commercials. Who's the gentleman who does the Medea? What is his name?
I forgot his name. What is his name? Tyler Perry. Yes, right. Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Tyler, when they came to the States and when the royal family, they cut off his security. So sort of like one of our national presidents, when they're out of the presidency, they still have, still have security to follow them for the rest of their life. So him as a royal should have that as well. They cut it off, and because of where they were going, Tyler Perry says they didn't have a place to go. He gave them one of his homes to live in while they sort of figured it out, what they were going to do. And then I think that they were there because they already had deals set up to, like, Perry's doing some sort of thing with Netflix and some sort of podcast on something else, because his mom, she was a big activist and very much humanitarian aid and things like that. So I think that was something that he was trying to pursue. Why you chose to go to Los Angeles of all places, yeah. But
You know, I just hope and I pray that everything turns out well for the family. I have no ill will to them because I don't know them, but I think it shouldn't be a money grab. To try to promote yourself to actually make sure that you can actually live. I mean, you had an opportunity. I'm not saying you have to live upon those conditions, those rules, and you did what's fit for your family, but then put yourself right back into the limelight again is somewhat hypocritical of what you was trying to do in the first place. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
That's how I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
So
disagree with that either.
So while we're waiting on JP to come back, the lovely couple up here, the DMV wealth builders, John and how you pronounce your name? Kashina,
Kanisha.
Kanisha. Please tell us, what do you do and what services do you provide to any community?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, yeah, my name is John,
And I'm Kanisha.
and yeah, so we don't provide any service. To be honest with you. But what we do, we are tracking our journey on like social media, like YouTube and Instagram, to build our wealth in the area. Like we don't have like no products, nothing to sell. We're not selling anything. Honestly, just a young couple just trying to, man, that's pretty much it.